A 9-3 senior taking on William McCorison from Wausau West, a 10-0 senior.
Folks, this is our last match of the day. Ryan, I've had a lot of fun being here with you.
I love this tournament. And these two will come out in battle, and we will see a cool and fun heavyweight match here between Oshkosh West and Wausau West. Looks like we got some blood already here.
Nelson Fournier is sporting the best mullet of the day, I got to tell you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's so weird to me that the hair can be so long in wrestling now.
Yeah, isn't it something? They can have beards, they can have mustaches.
I don't get it, but it's because I don't have any hair, but really because
well, once upon a time.
It's very bizarre that we can see all this hair flying around. But
right.
Good for these guys, and I love the rule, by the way. The rule was put in place because what really was a bias rule against what could be beliefs within religions and other things like that. That's why the rule was put in place to say, we're not going to discriminate that way anymore, and we're going to let you do what you do.
And on a simple level, refs always had to determine. You know, refs are pulling hair down and doing this. It's like, come on, I don't want to be a stylist.
Right.
You know,
just let them be who they are.
Let's let them wrestle.
And it's not. I don't think it's affecting anything about the sport or the ability to score or anything like that.
If anything, if it's a problem, it hurts the kid with the long hair because it's getting in his eyes, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
And good for them. You know, let these guys have what they
evaluate
want.
a rule, take a look at it.
So again, Nelson Fournier from Oshkosh West and William McCorison from Wausau West. Battle of the Wests.
All right, this is the last.
You know, good for Oshkosh West. Last year they had Party on Garth Martell, who was a state place winner, and he graduates, goes to wrestle as an Oshkosh, I believe, and waiting in the wings is Nelson Fournier.
For the most valuable wrestler ballot.
Yeah, tough situation for Oshkosh West to keep reloading these heavy guys,
It's
huh?
awesome.
It's terrible for them, so terrible.
And good for Nelson. Good for Nelson, right? I mean, obviously a JV backup the whole time, doing varsity reserves, and sticks around. That's the great part about it.
Yeah. Well done, and you can tell he has been developed by a stud wrestler, and here he is in the finals of the Battle on the Bay. And so we'll get a little blood time here for McCorison again. Still 0-0, 37 seconds to go in the first period. No score here.
Well, McCorison we talked about earlier as far as this did qualify for state. Only wrestled one time, lost 8-6 to Nathaniel Langdon of Elkhorn, who he beat in the semis. Nathaniel's wrestling over there right now. Avenged that loss.
Not only beat, but beat handily in the semifinals today. So congratulations on getting that match back. Lots of blood flowing out there. The referee spraying. There's blood everywhere out there. So.
Well, and we take a look at, I spoke too early, right? Nelson was a 215-pounder last year. So everything I said about him being on JV and waiting in the wings, just forget that all, right? I'm going to have Chris edit that out as well. But did take fourth, was a sectional medalist. Lost in the semifinals, sudden victory to Nathan Steves of Germantown, and then lost the third place match to Aiden Grolke. And I believe Aiden Grolke was a state qualifier as well. Went back and wrestled back.
By the way, as we're kind of waiting for blood to finish up here, I can confirm that Steve's earlier prediction that Bayport had already locked this tournament up is true.
Okay.
Bayport has 498.5 points right now to second place Luxembourg Casco's 415.5 points. And so we will be able to congratulate Bayport as soon as this match is over as the tournament champions. And job well done today after Bayport had a really disappointing loss on Tuesday with Coleman. I don't know that they're disappointed to lose to Coleman, but disappointed in how badly they lost to Coleman.
Right.
At the same time, coming off an amazing weekend last weekend.
I like Aloysius' response to that. That was really good. That shows that's junior leadership. I really was happy to hear what he talked about there. So now I know you guys have wanted this Battle in the Bay championship for a while. So the after party, does this trophy come to it and get prominently displayed with all the food and drinks that go with it, sodas?
Always soda, but there will be a little worker party that we'll have after this for all of the volunteers that work today. The wrestling club always hosts a get-together, and Yeah, they'll be
Nice.
very excited to talk through the fact that not only did they win a huge tournament like the Battle on the Bay, but they won their home tournament. And
That's awesome.
there's nothing like winning your home tournament, especially when this is an absolute beast of a tournament. So
It is.
That'll get some great momentum as they head to Fond du Lac next weekend, and they'll head to Bi-State over the holidays, and eventually to Pulaski tournament in January. Good momentum when you can win a tournament like the Battle on the Bay.
Awesome. I've yet to be invited to that after party, but maybe you're number 4.
You can come. You can be my date today, Steve. If you want to join me.
I'm telling you, it's like going to school on Monday and everybody telling you about all the fun they had in the weekend. And boy, I was invited to that. But Wausau West, coached by head coach Troy Fabry. Troy I've had on the podcast several times. This is a tense dude, wrestled for UW Lacrosse. That guy obviously is doing something right, because that program, that wrestling room is full. And,
that lacrosse program is.
Well, I meant Wausau West, but yeah, lacrosse as well.
Well, I just wanted to give a shout out here to lacrosse, who's ranked number 2 in the nation right now.
Yep.
And this is coming from a couple of your broadcasters, a couple of Whitewater guys. But the lacrosse program looks amazing.
Sure.
And by the way, yes, Wausau West has really kept a strong tradition of a really outstanding program that continues to kind of dominate in the entire northern Wisconsin area. And what's the team that they cannot overcome? Wisconsin Rapids, which
Yep.
They're going to have to find a way to beat Rapids so that they can say we've arrived. So.
Well, they did it in the late 2000s, early.
Yeah. So way back
Yeah.
when there was a time where they were multiple time either state champions or runner-ups.
Sure.
But the team they've taken a little tougher route over the past several years, but Rapids continues to beat them. But they just a super impressive program at Wausau West.
Third place match, Logan Bachman of St. Croix Falls. Very cool, interesting story. Didn't come out for wrestling until a couple of years ago. Third place medalist last year, Division II at heavyweight. Barely survived the preliminary round. Get this, Ryan. First tournament win, first tournament he ever won in his life last weekend.
That's
and
incredible.
he has a third place state medal.
That's incredible.
It is incredible.
And we're down to 40 seconds in the second period with Fournier being up 1-0 on just an escape point. That's all we've got in this match. These two continue to feel each other out, trying to find that opening, that spot where they can get in and get some extra.
Oh, that was nice.
Extra points.
I was just about ready to say this is kind of your typical slower-paced heavyweight matchup. And Nelson goes ahead and does a nice shot.
And the problem with it is he took a beautiful shot, but he's got to carry the weight of McCorison.
Nice.
And McCorison scrambles. Fournier comes right back up with a stand-up. No points awarded, and it's still 1-0 with 5 seconds to go in the second period.
Great response from McCorison, and I do like the ref there that he waited just slightly because the hands were down. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Is that Nelson was, check that. McCorison was around him. Fournier's hands were down just slightly, but Nelson was the one that initiated the activity, and he almost kind of let it go like, hey, I'm going to give you a little time to respond here.
Looks like the referees found a little blood on the mat, so we'll take a second here to clean that up. No blood time being asked for here. We're just going to get a cleanup on Fournier.
Don't see a lot of blood time with the heavyweights too often.
No, not very
often.
often,
A lot of weight
honestly.
cutting happening.
I'm going to give a shout out here to ENTs. If you have big problems with blood, with bleeding out of your nose, go see your local ear, nose, throat specialist.
Okay.
Get that cauterized.
Ah.
It really is not a big deal
Sure.
to get it cauterized. My son did this after bleeding for years, and honestly,
No problems.
never got another bloody nose.
Ah.
So, and all they do is they go in with this little stick that has some medicine on the end of it, and they burn off the capillaries in your nose.
Wow.
And then you just don't bleed anymore, and it's such a great opportunity. So anyway.
Anytime I hear the wword burning and up my nose, I'm really not a fan of it. But if you say it works, Ryan, I'll go with it.
I'm telling you what, it works. So Fournier gives up the escape here, and so we're a 1-1 match with 1:25 to go in the third period. These two just battling.
Yeah. Corson's doing the right thing. He's got Fournier on the edge. Oh, that was not.
Oh, tried to keep the leg in. They went out of bounds.
Wouldn't have got it anyway. The right leg was free.
So interesting. Where he got that advantage position, though, was working off the underhook. So he jacked up the underhook, went to the leg. And so if I'm him, I'm going back to this underhook position.
Kept that head in.
I'm talking McCorison here.
Yep. Refs did a good job coming together, talking about it. That's why you have an AR.
I really like that, by the way. There doesn't need to be this parity on the refereeing side of wrestling. When you've got an assistant referee, ask the question.
That's right.
Yeah.
And be willing to listen to what he says if you're going to ask.
Exactly.
That's I think it takes you got to be humble to successfully use an AR. An AR, by that I mean assistant ref.
And both of these referees are veteran referees. Been serving this tournament for many years. Trust both of their expertise in everything they do.
Check your ego at the door, right?
Assistant referee was the Coleman ref when we wrestled them the other night. Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent job.
Oh, nice drive. Oh, into the table.
And we're going to get a little table knock here, so we'll put things back in place with 18 seconds to go. Of course, no points there.
Troy Fabry doing the Dan Gable stalling call.
I love it. Nice shot.
There's that nice shot that we saw before.
And if he doesn't come up with it, he's got to carry
gonna
that
be
weight.
in trouble. He is going to be in trouble. Oh, I thought we were going to see a toss there.
I wondered.
Oh, I thought it was going to be here comes the boom with the over-under.
No point scored. 1-1.
Yep.
We get bonus wrestling at heavyweight.
You know what? We get some extra wrestling. Free wrestling, we always call it, down on the farm.
So when you go overtime in wrestling, it's a 1 minute on your feet period to start.
First point score.
If you score points in any manner, doesn't matter what it is, you win. So it could be scored on a stalling call. If you score it on
technical violation, whatever it might
some
be.
illegal move or whatever, technical
sir.
violation, you win the match. If you get a takedown, you win the match. So these two will continue to battle. And we're down to 40 seconds to go in this overtime period.
Oh, nice. There's the body lock. Oh, that's two.
Well done by McCorison. Take him right down to his back. Fournier realizes that if he doesn't keep scrambling, he could give up a pin, which just you don't want to do that in a finals match.
You watch the assistant ref. Assistant ref didn't say anything, just pointed to the gym floor and let the other ref know, hey, the foot hit it, we're out of bounds. So
McCorison gets the takedown, he gets the Fournier fall. He'll end up winning that match 7-1, even though it was in overtime. And good job to him for just really going after it and trying to get that final points to win. And McCorison will be your champion.